what's good, John, man? So, we've been keeping up with the Jim Jones situation now. Apparently, he went on Bag Fuel and he continued the delusion, but it also seems like he might have crashed out even more. So, we finna check out this video, man. Girl, Dosecity.
So, yo, man, there's been a lot of controversy lately with you, man. You've been going viral, man.
AKA the marketing genius.
As we supposed to.
No doubt.
I seen a lot of things take a spike. Now all equals $1. That's what we trying to make out here.
You made a comparison with you and Nas, man. Everybody was talking about it. Now, why out of everybody you pick Nas, bro?
I didn't do it.
They asked him. They asked him a question, didn't they?
I didn't do it.
What happened was these dudes out of Atlanta, Direct and Rain, they had spoken about Jimmy and Nas's name. And then that spiraled into Joe and Jada, and it took a whole life of its own, man.
But I said, although he asked him a question, it's like people don't know that the question was answered and this was brewing up on the net before it was even spoke about.
When I listen to what Jimmy said, all the points he's given based on the fashion, based on how the mixtapes ran, based on the influence. If we take Nas, aside from lyricism, what else does he influence?
He sold a lot of records.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, buddy, we know he gave you this free interview, sir, or whatever you had to do for this interview. You dead-ass meat-hugging right now. On God. What's this one name? Esco? What's his name?
So selling records is influential in what?
In a whole lot of
I
shit.
just don't think you can compare
It's two different
the
things.
golden era when hip-hop was just getting brewing. Like, when hip-hop was just getting brewing, that's when Biggie, Nas, and Jay was, like, really, like...
And they also were spending millions of dollars on marketing money
different.
that even if an artist went platinum, he still didn't recoup.
Exactly.
Because they spent so much money on marketing and blowing. I'm an independent artist. Let's not forget that. Everything that I've done has been on my own merit. And there's no comparison to nobody. What I did for the music market in New York was add something new, and that was doing your own shit. Independent records. I signed to an independent label in the beginning. I'm still an independent artist right now. I try to do the major thing to end up saying, now you could just go and sign me out because it didn't work in my favor. You know? So let's not forget all these different variables that I bring to the table.
When people didn't know about that?
And this is with no comparison. It's not, like I think that people are looking at this and they forget about the amount of work that I've put in and the amount of things that I've put on the table of the culture. Hands down, can't nobody argue with me about that. I've done some things that people will never ever be able to duplicate or recreate again inside of this industry. You know
I remember when Jim came to me, he wanted me to come meet him. I was in Harlem. He said, yo, come meet me. I came and met him. And he's like, yo, I want to play you this artist, man. And it was Joel's. It was on a cassette. And he was like, yo, what you think? I'm like, this is fire. I think I'm gonna take this cassette with me. That's what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna take the cassette with me. And I played, it was just a snippet. It was a snippet of Joel's. And I played, and from that snippet, the shit just went out of control. Like, the need and want for, that sound, that style, that music just like went crazy. So like Jim had the idea in his mind before it was even a thought to everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
But do you think this way because you was a part of the Dipset and because you was a part of a group and maybe Nas just been solo, people take credit from being inside a group and not being solo from the beginning?
Nah, I don't think it got nothing to do with that. Like, whatever happened and when we did before, that was just us being combative and people just trying. But now it's just like I'm where I'm at. I'm at the apex of what I do. You heard? So I'm talking about currently. You heard? Currently, nobody from my era really want to get busy or go and get into the booth with me right now. Currently, this is a fact, Jack. You heard? If not, they would have stood up a long time ago and holler at me. You dig? But this is where I'm at with it. My competitive nature brings me here. And then if we go back for the last few years, and the albums and the music that I've been dropping has been phenomenal. And if you want to put that up against anybody's albums that they dropped from my era, I think that they getting that, you heard?
But they not hearing you when you say that. It's like they're skipping over.
Because sometimes I just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. Y'all gonna give me the lane, I'm gonna slam dunk the shit and I'll be at the top of your Explorer page for the next week. You heard? Don't give me that opportunity. But when I do have the platform, I can break everything down. I think everybody can break it down also. What y'all stuck on is sales, cool. You heard? There's a lot of people that sold more records than me that are also not around anymore. Been gone. Diamond, 5-time platinum.
You are not stuck on the sales. Like, it's so much more to it, bro. Like, what? Am I in the Twilight Zone right now? Like, we're not saying Jim Jones isn't a pioneer of some sort, right? But we're talking about Nas, bro. Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like I'm, like, really in the Twilight Zone right now, bro.
4-time platinum, gold artist. I've seen it since 1997. Gone. I'm still here. From whatever you painted the picture to be, to me to being a hype man, or he wasn't the best rapper, or he just started to get whatever you want to narrative you want to paint, you still got to listen to me talking to you right now in 2025. What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Now, has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some shit like this where people were comparing when him and
Jay-Z,
Jay was
I knew you
beating
was
on
gonna say
him.
that.
You heard? You dig? Like, that, and I don't want to talk about other people's career, but let's just get to the
Have you spoken
semantics
to
of
Nas
it.
since the whole
I don't
thing?
know Nas.
Okay.
I don't know Nas to have a conversation with him. You don't have a conversation, we can have that too and shit like that. You dig? Like, I don't really care
One thing I
about
did see you do, I've seen you do this in Say Less, I've seen you do this in the studio. You'll pull out the 100K and say, who won it? It's up. Who want to go?
100%. I ain't got 100 on me now. I got like 40, 50 on me.
Yeah, that's right.
It's right. You can get this right now, nigga. Right now. Any one of you
The
niggas,
real
you heard?
person.
Right now. And it ain't a money thing, but this is here. You heard? If you want to get busy, there's money on the line. Any one of y'all from my era and before my era. You heard? I started in 2003. Let's not forget that. Let's get it straight.
Yeah.
That's when I signed my deal. First time I heard Nas, I was in 10th, 11th grade at the barbecue. Things have changed tremendously since Nas was hot in the 90s. He had a smooth wave, but it didn't carry over the way that we seen other artists carry over that was supposed to be in his position. He was supposed to be a leader of, but he didn't get to finish his mission. But I don't care about that part. You think? I care about right now. I've been getting busy. I'm outside. I've been leading an example in a great way. You heard I've been not chasing nothing young, but I'm mean and medium so these young niggas can understand what I got going on and understand the message that I'm preaching because I've been there and what they've been through. And the fact that I'm still in the game, I'm still going through what they've been through. So it's a two-way street. That's why I'm learning from them just as much as I'm teaching them.
What kind of lessons do you instill in some of these young cats coming up, man?
What kind of, I live by example, you heard? If you can't look at me and see what I'm bringing to the table, then you blind. I'm showing them how to be a man, showing them about how to be responsible, I'm showing them how to take care of their family, I'm showing them how to grind, I'm showing them how to get up every day and go get a dollar no matter what it takes. That's what I'm showing you in real time. Right now on this platform, I'm showing them that. You heard? Like, what do you mean? Like, I've been instilling this shit. Like, I've been leading by example. I've not always been perfect, but I am the perfect example of what you could be if you stay down long enough till you come up.
Now, why you feel like people always trying to throw shots, though?
I mean, that's what they do. That's the media. You heard? And I encourage it because if they don't throw shots, then I don't get to throw shots back and show them who I really am. That shit don't mean nothing to me. I'm a master of sticks and stones. They
You
gotta
and
do
Shannon
better
Sharp
than
was
that.
going at it.
Shannon's a bozo, man. You heard? Country man is a bozo, man. NFL was the best thing that happened for you in your life, bro, because you was a bozo.
What is oh my God. Chat. Yo, I need y'all to put at the bottom how y'all felt when he said that. He said Nas has never been this viral before. He's made Nas viral, chat. He literally brought up billboards. People went in and showed him like, yo, like Nas is not who you think Nas is, obviously. I don't know if you think Nas is like Big Daddy Kane or like, you know, shouts to Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know what I'm saying, like, we're talking about Nas, bro, like Nas. Just a few, like, years ago, I was watching a college professor, a doctor, talk about breaking down Nas's whole lyricism, teaching them in college. Like, we're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that you pick you over everybody you're saying, but it's just, I feel like it's getting worse and worse and worse with the things that he's saying. Now, DJ Clue, after he asked you one question about that, he entertained a Nas conversation. He already said, yo, I just don't think we can compare the golden era of hip hop. And he said that in the most nicest way. The joint went over your head. You ain't even realize. Like, he's like, yo, like, he's not even trying to even go back and forth with the joint. Like, he gonna give you your flowers where it's due, but this is my issue with that room, bro. Nobody chose to stand on how they really felt. Like, you had dude next to him was D riding. You have the other guy like, but you said they asked you the question, right? They asked you the question, right? D hugging, bro. Like, at least Shannon had something to say and like was like, yo, I don't think you were better than Nas. Like, let's have a debate. Like, you know what I mean? These niggas there just D-riding like, oh, excluding DJ Clue, because I feel like Clue like said what he said and just moved on. He's not finna go back and forth with this nigga and his delusion. Like, now, we're just thinking about just everything, bro, that Nas has brought to the game. I don't know what this guy's talking about, viral. Like, there was no social media, right? Like, we're talking about when you had to go outside and buy the records. Get up off your feet and go buy the records. We're not talking about you're in your house on Apple Music paying $9.99, $10.99 for subscription to stream music. We're talking about getting up out your bed. Oh my God, this is fire. We gotta go get this record. We gotta go get, and record meaning album or song at that time. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not talking about what you're talking about. Like, I just don't, and he keeps saying he was in 11th grade when Nas came out. Bro, you're 3 years younger than Nas, bro. You're acting like Nas is like Big Daddy Kane, like some old ass nigga. Like, Nas is older, but you're making it seem like bro is like 70 and you're like 48 or some shit. No, like, you're 48. Nas is apparently 51 or around that age. Nas got off the porch before you. You feel me? Was always gifted, and he walked in his gift. You got taught how to rap by Cameron and Mace. And you want me to say that you're what? You talking about, come on, nobody, bro, these guys, you know what hip hop is, how the last generation, how hip hop was brought in this genre, bro. They weren't getting paid the right way. They wasn't really getting money like that for real, for real. So all the guys from your generation went and got it a different way. Respectfully, bro, you're still in Harlem on people. If they want to find you, they could pull up on that block in Harlem, bro. And you're supposed to be somebody that has moved forward and has elevated, bro. You have not elevated. You're still in the same position as you was when I was in high school. Since you want to keep saying, oh, I was in 10th and 11th grade when Nas came out and was rapping. Like, I'm just being real. Listen, there's no hate to this guy, Jim Jones. But the Nas conversation for me, that, like, it's just like, why are we comparing y'all, bro? Like, we never, like, compared it. And because this 122-year-old that ain't even get his balls wet enough yet, telling you, hyped your head up, so now you're hyped like, oh, the young niggas is fucking with me. The young niggas is rocking with me. That's really what's happening right now, chat. And it just shows that you're not really mentally mature yet. Like, I could go even back to when Shotty and 6ix9ine and whatever, and then you was caught on wiretap saying yo super violate him, and we were like, Jim Jones saying super violate him, like, not Jimmy. Like, we thought you was on some, like, a different level. Like, you on the wiretap saying super violate 6ix9ine on some blood shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm confused because you're acting like Nas is like 70 and you're 48. Nas is 51. And on some real shit, as I said before, Nas with Alzheimer's, on his, God forbid, on his deathbed, God forbid, all time, God forbid, Nas 100 years old, majority of the people will still pick Nas. Like, what are we talking about? Like, man, he needs to go listen to The Message, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. This joint crazy. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused, chat. Like, what?